Welcome back. I'm going to do design surface tutorial number 2, modifying a surface body. It's a propeller. This is a pretty straightforward lab if you do it right. You need to really watch out for the timeline. And so I'm just going to do it, and then I'll try and explain what I mean by that. But the timeline is important, and editing features. Okay, so let's get started. So I'll move these instructions off to the side and open Fusion, go to the data panel, go to basic training, and it's patch, folder, and then fan hub. Okay, you get this thing here. Let's see what we got. We got a bunch of sketches. All right, in fact, I'll hide the body and just look at the sketches. Make sure I turn them all on there. Okay, so there's one that kind of pokes up from the plane, that little blue one poking up from the plane, and then you've got several that are in the plane, this one, and this one, and then like this one here has been already extruded to create this body right here. So that's what's going on. So now we're just going to make a blade. In fact, I'm going to hide the body. So let's kind of get it like this in this orientation so you can see what's happening. So we're going to go to the surface commands, create a loft is the first thing, and pick this line and this line. And that's it. And I have bodies turned off so you couldn't see it, but there, that's what it did. If it would have had bodies on, you would have seen it during the command. But there's that. Then we want to trim it. So using this curve right there, that thing. So go to modify trim. The trim tool is this curve right here. And the surface we want to trim is this area right here. So click that and it turns red. Click OK and it's trimmed. Then we want to thicken this. So we go to create, thicken this surface, 2 millimeters symmetric. And you can get in here with the camera and you can see how symmetric is what it's doing here. There's this surface in the middle and it's offsetting it to each side, 2 millimeters to each side. And click OK. We've got that. So it made a new body called body 12, all right, which is a component. No, it's just a body. That's the body symbol. But the thing we use to make the body is this body 11 sub 1. That's the surface in between. All right, so we use this body 11-1 to surface to make this body 12 body. I'm just trying to keep the terminology straight here. I think that's important for this tool. All right, the next thing is a circular pattern. So we go create, pattern, circular pattern, and we want to make sure body 12 is the object that's selected. We could cancel out of that and click body 12 again. And then the axis, we want this bottom circle here, and it does that, and then you can change the quantity to 8 and click OK. All right, so that's making the blades. So now we're going to modify the blades. So there's this timeline down in here, right, with all of these operations that we did. So the last one we did was this C pattern thing. So they want you to right click that and go to select edit. Then you can type in 5 on the quantity and click OK. It changes all of that. All right, now what they want you to do is make these blades bigger by offsetting the perimeter curve. So you have to be careful you're extending the right thing, which is the body 1-1 surface indicated by this orange icon up in here. Make sure you're extending that, all right, and not the body that was created from that, but the original surface. So you go to modify, extend. I'm just going to click body 11-1 in the browser. Oh, it's not visible. Turn it visible, click it to select it. I think it's selected. No, it's not. Oh, I got to pick the edge on it. Yeah, so you got to make sure it's visible in the browser, and then get over here and grab the, let me zoom in, grab this edge right here. That's the one you want. Oh, wait, I almost did it wrong. Look, if I do this right now, it's going to only affect this one blade because I'm at, the timeline is at all the way at the end. So I could do that. Let's see. Then I need to undo it. I'll do that. So watch, you click this. Ooh, 100, way too much. 20. All right, then click OK. Now it only affected that one blade, which is not what I want. So you Control Z to undo that. And then here, now roll the timeline back. So grab this little timeline and roll it back before the thicken command. And turn visibility on body 1-1 surface back on. Okay, now we're going to do it right. So modify, extend, click this surface, this edge rather, the edge of this surface. 20 is what we want. Click OK. Now when we go back down here to the timeline, hover over this thing and drag it over to the end. See, it changes all 5 blades. So that's pretty cool. So the timeline, basically what happened here, because we have, see, it seems to be a little bit inconsistent to me, because when you have sketches, right, you change objects in the sketch, it affects everything. But that's not what's happening here. Here, if we did a new operation with the timeline at the very end, it would only affect that one thing. But if you roll the timeline back, then it affects all those things after that. So I don't know. I'm not sure exactly. It seems a little bit inconsistent. It seems like it only applies to operations in the timeline, whereas for sketches it seems to apply to everything. I think at this point in my understanding, that seems to be what's happening. Could be wrong, but keep that in mind. Be thinking about that when you're doing this, okay? As you're trying to make sense of this tool, be thinking about that. All right, so we're going to roll the timeline back again and do another extend. So I'll grab this thing and I'll roll the timeline back before the thicken command, and I get this. Now I'm going to turn off body 2 just for visibility. In fact, I think I'll turn off sketch 4 too. And we want to get in here where we can see what's going on. Oh, sometimes my mouse goes crazy. Okay, modify, extend. We want to pick this thing and hold down Control. Pick that one, and that one. And when you let go of Control, it'll do whatever number's in there now. And we want 20. Well, not 10, 20, but 20. Right? And click OK. Now, once again, because we rolled back the timeline, when we roll it all the way to the end, that extend that we just did on this edge up in here, it affects all the geometry that was created after that. So I guess once you get the hang of it, it makes sense, but I'm still trying to make it make sense to me because I'm used to other tools that operate a little bit differently. Anyway, I think that's it. Let me turn the body back on. And that's the whole lab. Oh, wow. Totally stick out. I think I extended it too much. I did. So let's go back. Oh, I could just edit. I should be, well, no. What do? It's an extend, which doesn't even show up in here. The trims show up. Oh, there it is. I think that was the second extend. Let me see if I can edit that edit feature. Let me see if I can make it 10 now. I hope it affects all of them and not just one of them. Did it? It did. It affected all of them. But I didn't roll the timeline back. Whatever. All right. That was a lab. Oh. Then to make sure that we did it right, they ask you to pick one of these bodies. No, this one. One of these propellers. I guess any one would do. You could right click it even. Except you want the body, not the. You want to make sure you're grabbing the body and not the. Well, if there's 5 bodies and only 1 blade, you don't want this, or 1 surface. You don't want body 1, because that's just a surface. In fact, let's check that. Right now I have body 1, which is a surface. If I right click on it and check properties, I get this area which is half what they want it to be, which is suspicious, right? So if I cancel out of that and I go to one of the blades and right click and go properties, I get the area they want. Pretty close. They're asking for 8.8, or I'm sorry, they're asking for 3.85, and this is 4.02, which is close. It's the total area around the perimeter and everything. Close enough. Okay, that's the lab. I hope this was helpful to you. See you next time.